Oh boy.
Oh
boy. All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of the Battlefield Show. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Get to talk to my favorite boys in the whole universe. So welcome, Vince and Cassie as graphic to the Battlefield Show. How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing well, Julian.
Cool. So exciting time here in Battlefield. We got a brand new hot DLC drop. What do you guys think of this so far? Is this the right direction? Are you guys super stoked?
This is
it feels good.
Is the direction for sure.
Yeah.
It's almost like a totally different game when you're playing the new content.
A little bit. The vibe's totally different.
What's the favorite part right off the bat?
Oh, I like right after you get out of the caves on Iwo Jima. When you're out of the caves.
So like
getting up that
the second to last, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. And then eventually making it up to the volcano. So far, when we make it to the volcano, like we just toss people at that point. I haven't had a problem yet, like getting defeated at that moment. It's pretty hard to.
Like once you get into the caves, you're good.
Yeah. But that can be pretty problematic though, getting in and out of the caves. Yeah. But after you get out of that, it's a good feeling.
It's such a crazy experience. Yeah. It's just right off the bat, like storming the beaches. This is kind of like what everyone, I guess, was expecting a World War II from DICE right off the bat. Yeah. And, you know, having to wait a whole year, almost a year and a half to actually get that experience is like, see, I told you could have done it. Why didn't you do it at first?
I told you it was a year-long beta. We all told you.
Yeah, they should have just put early access on that bitch, and we would have been we've been okay. But let's start off. What are you guys drinking anyway?
All right, it's a grape margarita,
but mango variety,
like the dirty corner store versions of margaritas.
And I as you can see here, we got your Halloween costumes. Vince and Cassie. That was hilarious. Good work on the costumes, guys. I hope you had a good stream that day.
Oh yeah, it was super fun. We streamed at 2 a.m. till about like 7 or 8 a.m. And then we took a rest. And then we got up around 2 or 3 and went till about 7:30. And then we ate, and our buddy Crystal came over for a bit. And IR Crystal. I had full makeup on. She had full beard on, or facial hair going on. And then we went to do a third stream.
And we burnt out.
We're burnt, dude. We should have never done that third one that day.
We didn't want to waste the makeup though.
We're like, it's Halloween, it's nighttime, we gotta do it. Oh my god.
Hey, look, the biggest thing right here that I always want to ask you guys, I never asked you in your stream, like, whose idea was this to start streaming in Battlefield in particular, or
it was Vince's.
The dual stream?
Also Vince's.
It was
walk me through.
Well, it was like there's a story in the very, very beginning, and then there's like my kind of streaming story, and then there's like why we both do it is more of her story of why we both ended up doing this together. Because like I had the idea of like, I need us both to have PCs so that we can do this idea that I have. And I don't even know if it's gonna work, but capture card later and a couple PCs built, it worked. But she had a motivation to like do this together,
to spend time with him.
Because once Battlefield came back in my life, it was
like me or Battlefield, so why not both?
I think you guys are the only like dual Battlefield streamers that I know.
I would say
right now.
at least like dedicated. I'm sure there's like, you know, other dudes and girls, or boys and girls that do it together. I don't, you know, you never know, but that do it together. But as far as like the magnitude of streaming we do on just solely Battlefield, I don't know of anyone else that is a dual streamer that just like is, I wake up and it's Battlefield and we're off work and guess what, it's Battlefield, and we go to sleep and we're talking about Battlefield. It's just
our lives revolve around the stream and Battlefield. It's kind of funny.
And you guys come from like a technological backgrounds, right? So all this tech stuff has to be just right. Progress forward.
It's a bit of a tick too. Like I was talking to you earlier about like, oh, the mic showing, I'm losing my mind. Like just little things like that, to where things had to be just so. But what's funny is this rig of like streaming and, you know, stream deck this and getting my monitors and having them, you know, oriented at a certain like degree, and all this stems. Insanity. It stems from my musician background of like building bass rigs and guitar rigs and touring and doing that.
And you got a
band,
right?
It stemmed. Yeah. I've been in like too many unsuccessful bands, unfortunately, but you know, enough to be, you know, signed and you know, to not like major labels, but little labels and this and that, and did some tours, but all this I'd say obsession of PCs and building them and getting this rig and getting the lights and then getting lights that turn on with a push of a button. It all stemmed from my background as like building my bass head and bass cabinets and guitar heads, and then my guitar, getting it set up, and then certain pickups and certain chords, and like it's all the same shit.
And if it's not worth doing it perfectly, it's not worth doing.
Yeah.
And the graphic name comes from one of your band names. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes, it was a band name that I never formed. There was a name that I had that was something is graphic. Something is another word, but I can never really find a drummer. Couldn't really find a bass player, and the main problem is I couldn't find people that can play the stuff that I wrote, and too much rode on other people. When it came to streaming, it was like I wake up and I want to do it, and no one stops me, except like my day job or something like that. But nothing, not the drummer can't, you know, I can't make it, or my car broke down, or that can't happen. As I wake up, I got my shit right next to me. I sit down, we stream and we play. And you know, when I have like notifications go off, or like someone raids or hosts, like the music that plays is my music.
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, I didn't know that till we actually talked about it. I was like, wait, that's you playing that riff?
You wrote it.
Yeah, it's I do the drums, guitar, bass, all the keys, whatever, you know, the background, you know, pads and stuff like that. It's all orchestrated. I write it all. But that's kind of like a version of myself that I've now replaced with streaming. Not that I don't want to play music, but it's just not the thing for me right now. But I have like a catalog of little samples and stuff I can use for future.
You're expressing your background in you know, being a musician and putting it out there on stream, and I really like that. When I first found you guys, I was like, oh my god, this is wonderful. A couple playing Battlefield at nighttime, like right after my stream I usually have. I was like, oh my god, like these guys are amazing. This is what the Battlefield channels need here on Twitch. God dang it. I'm glad you guys are still around and being the best boys around. Seriously, one of my favorite streamers, and it really was awesome hanging out with you guys at TwitchCon.
Dude,
I hung out with you guys more than anybody else.
It just felt it didn't feel like okay, like not to put anyone on blast, because this isn't like a personal thing towards anyone else, but like, you know how like me and you and I could like hit each other up 10 times in a row, and it's not weird. It's not like, am I bugging him? It's just like, what the fuck you doing, dude? Like, where you gonna be at? We're gonna go here. You down? Like, it was just like, it wasn't weird. It was automatically like, oh, there's my bro, and we're hanging out. That's what we're doing. No matter what I'm doing, I'm telling Julian, you know, vice versa.
We had plenty of time to hang out with whoever and explore, you get some merch. I think it was a great experience. just hang out with you guys and go on like random adventures. Like that concert over there was really really fun, man. We had some good drinks over there too. Oh my god. You remember those?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they roasted me. And then the replacement of what's the dude's name?
I don't remember
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas.
They replaced him with Logic, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. Because like the whole night I'm like, fuck, I have to sit through Lil Nas X. I don't know any of his shit. You know what I mean? I don't know that dude. That's for like kids, dude. That's for like, I don't know who that's for. It's not for me. But Logic comes up and it's sick. And then like, dude, seeing Blink was like seeing an old friend. It's like you don't remember until they're right there in front of you, and you're like, I know every lyric to every song, and I like it. But I've told myself throughout the decades that like, nah, Blink's like not for me, but like, of course it is. It's for everybody.
The thing about Blink 182 is that there's a huge nostalgia factor, right? There's movies that play their music. It's on the radio 24/7. The thing is with I think the weirdest part of that concert with Blink 182 was the crowd. The crowd, sure, they liked it, but it wasn't a real. I mean, they're real. Yeah, it was a real crowd and all that. I'm not, you know,
it wasn't like a rock show.
It wasn't a rock show. Yeah, people were there for a streaming platform, pretty much.
They're there to maybe see like DJs.
Yeah. It just didn't feel like a real rock style concert, you know?
Yeah.
And I can feel that because I've been to many of those. And when you see Blink 182 with like Green Day and, you know, there's no Twitch involved at all, none of that. I think it's a different experience. I wish more people could have. But interesting show than that. We still had fun on the floor there, pretty close. So
that beach ball kept coming for me though. I was scared.
Yeah, they had blow up beach. For those who weren't there, they had to blow up beach balls that everyone was hitting and stuff like that. And Cassie kept, you know,
it was very unfortunate.
Victim to the beach ball.
And right after Julian's like, think of all the germs that are on. I'm like, no, stop.
Oh, God, I hated that. Yeah. But like the other best thing about going to TwitchCons, meeting the Battlefield community, the ones that can make it. And it was a pretty large group, I must say. I was surprised to see so many of us there. And who do you guys just love to meet there? Like, who was the best, pretty much, or was it good to see everybody?
It's like besides Julian. I liked. You know, what's funny is though some people have kind of left Battlefield as like the main game. It was cool seeing like Reese's and Collard Greens. That was like a surprise because it's like they'll always be part of Battlefield, like no matter what. Sure. Like Reese's will always be a battle girl, no matter what. But it was cool seeing her. California girl, really cool seeing her.
Stoked to see Big Brother Steve.
Yeah, Big Brother Steve, super cool. Prophet was cool.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah. And then trying to think of who else we saw there. We saw a lot. Oh, we saw Wicked, who was in Twitch Rivals. Yeah. Who did Apex, he was doing Apex. Yeah, and he's like, that dude's like pro boy that plays with Shroud.
And even Collard Greens was gonna go into that tournament as well, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how that turned out. I think they did okay. I don't remember, but
I'm not sure the results.
I just heard their setup was less than ideal. They couldn't use their own gear, I guess.
I see. Yeah, we all met a whole bunch of different people from the Battlefield community. It was great hanging out with them, having dinner. It was, you know, last time when I went to the previous TwitchCon, you know, I met up with like one or two people. And then I met up with like Sheen O'Kara, has nothing to do with like the Battlefield community. But
that was fun.
Yeah, that was.
Then we went to his little party. I was like, you guys want to go on an adventure? I was like,
let's go.
We're going up the Hilton. We're gonna see what happens. How about that?
See what happens. Yeah. So it was great meeting all these fantastic streamers up there. Yeah. And I met a lot of good friends. But it was really great hanging out with you guys for sure. And what about next year? You guys you gonna plan?
Yes.
Oh, we got. Go ahead.
We already got our hotel for next year. We're ready.
Oh my goodness.
We're ready.
Oh my
stoked.
Okay.
Oh my god, we don't have to deal with the whole Uber thing ever again. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're not gonna do Uber.
Oh no.
Ever again.
What do you guys want to like get your own car or something or?
No, we're just next to the
convention
center, and we're right by what street was it? 4th Street or something?
Something like that. Like we're
Street?
right there. We're right there.
What's the street that has all the fun and the drinking?
I think it's 4th.
Oh, shit, what was it called?
Well, the Dubliners. Wasn't it like 6th Street or 4th Street or something like that? Or
yeah, that whole the gas lamp district.
Yeah,
gas lamp district.
It's right in the gas lamp. So
yeah. San Diego's amazing, chat. You gotta go there one day. And they're gonna have TwitchCon there next year. So it's gonna be dope. It's the perfect place for sure.
I'm gonna try to learn how to ride a scooter.
Yeah, I did that once. I actually got sick after you guys left. Remember, I got like
I tell you that? You messaged me.
I got super sick, so I had to go to like the the Lucky's or something down the street. Had to get some Pepto and whatnot. Oh man, it was a disaster.
Scooter?
Yeah, I used the scooter to get over there, man. I couldn't. I'm not gonna. It was like almost a mile away. It was crazy.
I came down with some crazy like allergic. I don't know what happened, but
everyone did, dude.
Yeah, like on the way home we took the train from Orange County, and remember we got on the train. I was fine. Then like an hour into it, I'm like dying.
Yeah,
like, my eyes are all watering, and I'm all like, it's that fucker behind me who's sneezing. It's that motherfucker.
Anyway, the TwitchCon was amazing, and I can't wait to see you guys there next time. Let's talk more Battlefield here.
Yeah.
Basically, the CEO of EA has, officially said recently that Battlefield 5 is going to get new ways to play and more content for the next almost 2 years.
Yes.
At this point. So I wanted to pick you guys' brains. What do you want to see in the next upcoming chapters? Because I got some ideas. I want to hear yours, guys.
What do you think? You got something?
Yeah. I think if they added the Russian faction and they did something with like the Battle of Moscow with Germany moving in on, the Russian capital, like do something with Breakthrough, like going into the city, that'd be rad.
Dope.
That'd be so cool.
I think a lot at the Eastern Front is definitely like one of the number ones, because that's like pretty much the next thing that happens. Anyway,
it's like one of those things. If they don't do it, it's gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing, Dice? Like, do it, dude. Don't pull a thing where we want to hear the untold battles. No, dude, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Give me some fucking no. None of that anymore. But
they make another desert map or something like in Africa.
Damn it, dude. Damn. We're thinking about a reimagining of Hamada. No. No more. I mean, I had a thought of so like most would consider, like, I'm no historian, or I don't know shit, but like most would assume or say that World War II started when like the Germans invaded Poland in like, what was it, 39, and that's like the beginning. But I think it'd be cool if we told maybe a story that's less talked about. At least in school for me, it wasn't really talked about a lot, or maybe I just didn't pay attention. When like the Japanese invaded like Shanghai, and what I think would be cool. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at this if they reimagined Siege of Shanghai. I would be okay with that
for World War II.
Yes,
in this chapter, perhaps. Like, I mean, they're still making a couple more maps here.
Well, you'd have to maybe add China to like a faction. You'd have to add China to like one of the powers to do that.
That'd be interesting,
because it'd be like China versus. Well, isn't Battlefield banned in China?
I don't know.
I
thought it was.
I don't think it is. No, I don't think. Maybe I think it was Call of Duty that was recently. It might be both of them. Oh, it is. Chat saying it is. I know Call of Duty was banned in like Russia too recently, but
really?
Yeah, they kind of like shit on Russia recent. It was in the news, but yeah, I didn't know. Well, I didn't know China banned BF5.
we're all attacking. Damn VPNs! Damn it! Getting into our Western. No, but no, I think that would be like that would get me super riled up if it's like it's gonna be Siege of Shanghai, like they did, like they reimagined Metro, and they're reimagining. They're bringing back what Wake Island. They're bringing that back. It's more of like a recreation more than a reimagination. But if they were to do a reimagining of like Siege of Shanghai, where you got like your surrounding bases, then I don't know, put a skyscraper in there, even if it didn't exist. Just do it. Just put it in there. Levolution, that shit, you know what I mean, drops like in Battlefield 4. I'm down. Like I just whatever makes this game fun and more like the other Battlefields. Although there's a lot in Battlefield 5 that I love.
Yeah.
I love Battlefield 5. I'm not a Battlefield 5 hater. There are some things that I'm just like I get frustrated with, like everyone. But no, I love Battlefield 5. And there's like a soft spot for me with Battlefield 5 because just the time and place, like going from console to PC, Battlefield 5 was like that was it. And that was the game I learned on. So of course there's gonna be like, you know, there's gonna be some sort of attachment there. No matter what. I love Battlefield 5.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we play it every day. We must.
Yeah, why the fuck would I play something I hate? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I like that idea of reimagine. They're already doing this.
Yeah, why not?
Really cool to see a nice little pattern there. What was your first Battlefield game? Or both of you guys?
My first one, I'd say like I have vague memories of playing like older ones, older than like Bad Company 2, but I didn't get hooked or anything. I got hooked with Battlefield Bad Company 2. That's when I got like, okay, like this is for me. Like this, I love this. I love the team play. I like the bigger maps. I like the tactical thinking. I like the fact that if I'm silhouetting on a hilltop, it matters. The things that I had to like teach myself about, not necessarily teach myself about combat, but like placement, where you're at on the maps. Like these things matter in Battlefield, more so than any other game, especially at the time. It wasn't just you're, you know, popping out behind a corner and getting shot. Like, no, you're planning yourself tactically.
What about you,
it's
Cassie?
all tactical.
What about you, Cassie?
Battlefield 4, but like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Because Vince got back into gaming then, and he picked up Battlefield 4 again. So
you didn't get the early experience of BF4.
Right.
Interesting.
I did, and then I stopped gaming. And I don't think
was that bad, huh?
No. I don't think Battlefield 4 was the catalyst for my ending of my gaming days. Sure. But sometime, 2013, I guess, is when it came out.
I think so.
I remember that's like one of the last games I ever pre-ordered and went to GameStop for the midnight release, that whole era. I went there, picked up Battlefield 4, played it for like 2 weeks, and I was just done. That was it. I was done gaming for like 4 years.
A lot of people don't know that you guys started on console.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
what got you
playing console this year? We're still playing console.
Oh baby. Yeah. So, oh yeah, people are starting to notice our fancy rooms here. Yeah, I'm
this.
Yeah, we moved. We're fancy boys now. So, yeah, we're looking real good. But anyway, I was just talking about something. I lost my train of thought.
PC versus our transfer.
So what made you guys transfer from console to PC?
There's
a couple layers to it.
So I'd say there's like a diplomatic answer, and then there's like an answer that might get us some hate. And the one that'll get us some hate is probably like the truth. So I'll go with the truth, as long as like there's like a bit of like what's the right word for like you don't get in trouble? Immunity. A little bit of immunity with this statement I'm about to make. A little bit of immunity from gaming and people on Twitch.
Even I'm getting scared. What's happening?
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Go ahead.
Okay, so I used to rip on console, and it was like to the point where I was looking at the chat and barely paying attention to the game anymore. And it was fun, and I was having all these good times. It was really fun, yay. And every time people come in, they're like, dude, like that's crazy. You're like snapping on people so good. That's so sick.
Are you on PC?
Are you on PC? And I'm like, no, I'm on console. And they're like, oh, okay. Like that's not like you're not really playing then. It's like, what? Like, bummer, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a real like battle boy because I'm not on mouse and keyboard and sweaty with everyone else. And no, it weighed on me, you know, the comments and like, oh, you're good, but yeah, you'll get there one day, champ. Like, kind of like attitude people gave me about it. So that was the big push that got me to be like, oh, and my Battle Beaver custom controller broke, so I switched to PC the next day.
Instead of fixing the controller, I switched to PC.
I switched to PC, so I had a custom made controller. I had a custom made PS4 controller, gold. It was gold with like back buttons and trigger stops, to where it was like mouse clicks for the triggers and stuff, like just like a mouse click. But the analog joystick broke, and I was like, well, I guess we'll just play PC now. But it was the mix. It was the mix of show the controller. I don't know where it's at.
We got him. Let
me see if I got it.
It might be in one of the drawers.
That always makes me happy when a group or people come from console and then throw that little thing in the trash can and actually come to the real platform that is PC. All right. Hopefully, I was an influence on you guys. I never said that you guys weren't real gamers because you weren't on PC. I probably say that to like people playing on mobile, but you know that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, like there was a bit of stank, you know. I felt towards towards me, you know.
Hey, that's what you get. Like, from the PC Master Race, people are always going to be like that. I'm one of them. I'm so against console and just it's ridiculous. This needs to stop. All right, consoles,
cut that shit out, kids.
No fun allowed.
Consoles are turning into PCs here. They're just blocking it with a specific, like, I don't know, Xbox community thing. It's horseshit. Like, just stop. It's time to move over to PC over here. Okay.
Should I not crack another drink?
No, you can crack another drink. You do what you want.
It's up to Julian. Should I crack another drink?
Crack another drink, man. Let's go.
All right.
Well, good. He already cracked it. So.
It's too late now.
I'm drinking my Bang Energy, okay?
No so like it was like the big catalyst, were those like two moments of like my controller broke. I'm not going to go back to my scrub stock PS4 controller. I'm an elite gamer. I deserve a Battle Beaver custom made controller.
At least.
that broke, and I was like, well, okay, I'll do PC because I don't know, you know what I mean? Like everyone's talking shit on me. I felt, you know, two people were maybe, you know.
I am an elitist.
And then a lot of our friends were already on PC, the friends who were making in the Battlefield community.
Oh, there's Dynamics Boy.
Dynamics
Boy. Yeah.
That's Oliver's gonna crack one open too. Nice, dude.
Who's one of your close friends that was on PC? Was it anybody we know?
I don't know.
No, I mean just like the people we started meeting, like you, for example.
Oh, like community, like the community that was sweaty boys and girls, and it just they were taken seriously for as serious as a gamer can be taken. You know what I mean? Like let's not make it seem like we're going on like esports or anything, but or the validity of I don't know how much you sweat during esports, but I'm just saying like it's I'm just
boy.
Yeah, my jersey and shit. But yeah, it was like seeing a lot of the other streamers just killing it, and it's like, how are they so fast? How are they turning around so quick? How are they snapping on people so fast? And it's like, PC.
Yes, you see the light.
So like if we got PCs, we could do that.
Yeah, and then also the PC thing started with, okay, I want to not use my shitty PS4 camera to stream. I want to like move up with the big dogs and get a green screen and lighting and like stuff like that. So I built a PC. Yeah, built a PC. Then it turned into like, okay, certain things happened on console. My controller broke. People talk shit because I was on console, and no matter how good I was on console, I'd never be elite. So I switched to PC. And one of the biggest draws was, by the way, both of us, Cassie and I, the first time we ever played mouse and keyboard was live. We didn't learn anything beforehand. We just plugged our shit in, went live, knew nothing.
I remember that. That was a struggle right there.
Yeah.
Dude, I was embarrassed. But
it's okay. It's a learning process.
Yeah. At the same time, I felt like people understood, and it was still entertaining because like you could watch someone be good, and that's awesome. That's the best. But if you can watch someone like just like crying basically and trying to learn mouse and keyboard and still having fun, people still support that. And it's like you're trying to learn. You're trying to learn how to crawl. You're trying to learn how to walk and eventually run. It's all live, and people dug it. It was fun.
It helps that we already knew the game.
Yeah, knowing maps and knowing how to play the game definitely helps.
Well, look where you guys are now. I've seen you guys since the beginning, so you guys have greatly improved. And Cassie, your favorite class is which one again?
Medic.
I don't know, it was like obvious for me, but
for the big medic girl.
Yeah, for sure. And your favorite like gun to go-to gun? What has it changed?
Tommy is Bay.
And what the heck is up with Vince here in this Mass 44? I don't understand it.
What's up with this Mass 44 business you got going on?
What is this Mass 44? Why is that intrigue you so much? Tough question.
It's hard because like arguably people will argue the fact, but we play every day. And not a lot of people use it. And now we're going to see people go, everybody uses the Moss. I barely see anyone, or at least I don't get killed by the Moss all that much.
Oh, no.
What's your opinion on that? Do you think a lot of people use it, or do you think like not a lot of people use it?
I think the Moss 44 is severely underused.
Okay, so with that said, I feel like since it's underused, people don't know how to combat it as well. I feel like people don't know that kind of player all that well. So when they come toe to toe and they got their like, either ZK or Tommy or, I don't know, their car, or they got their STG, and I'm like super far and I'm hitting them quicker and faster and more accurately than they're hitting me, they don't know what to do in that case. So I feel like
at that rate too.
And that rate, and because the fire rate's super fast, as fast as you can click, that thing's going. So I feel like that's the secret to at least why I like the Moss, is because I find that a lot of people don't know how to exactly combat someone who's proficient at that weapon.
I'm surprised. I mean, just by the way you're describing this specific gun, why you didn't go for like the G15?
I feel like it's kind of like pellet-esque when I'm shooting it. Like it's just not hitting as hard when I'm like,
because of faster fire rate. Okay, so you're like Okay, so
if you can hit the Moss accurately, you can fucking wreck people at any distance. That's the thing. I could get snipers across the map. I can get the dude with hip firing right in front of me, and it's a very well-rounded.
So what about the brand new the M1 Garand? What I mean,
the M1 Garand. I feel like it's powerful, but it's a little less forgiving than the Moss 44
because of like the low bullet count.
Yes, it's a low bullet count, and then it's a little bit slower, which is fine. But I'm not like I'm not snapping on dudes' heads 24/7. The Moss is a little more forgiving for someone who's hacks. There we go. It's hard. Hacks. I feel like the Moss is a little more forgiving for someone with my skill level, because I'm not like amazing, but I'm starting to get to a point where like I could be someday I could be really good. Not yet, not now, not next month, maybe not even next year. But if I keep up and doing what I'm doing, both of us, we keep up doing what we're doing, one day we might get super sick. That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
Yes, Royce, we are talking strategy right now. If y'all just join us right now, we're talking guns and Battlefield here with my favorite boys.
We're talking guns.
Vince and Cassie is graphic. Episode 6 of the Battlefield show. Welcome all newcomers here. So yeah, we're trying to find. I'm trying to understand Vince and Cassie's gameplay style. And Vince is a clicky boy, which we understand here. He needs his bullet velocity, and he needs a lot of bullets. Okay. And if he could do that, I think I see where you're coming from. All right.
He's asking why 1906. That's what Guitar Soul is asking. Is that
why the 1906? The self? Yeah. And why not use the 1906?
He might. I don't know if he's probably been in the stream more recently. I think it's by the way, Guitar Soul is a badass player.
Yeah.
But yes, he's seen me using it. So that's a instead of the ZH. Yes. Yes, he is 100% correct. So, this is a more recent thing. This is since that one dude, right? Someone came in the chat and was like, "Hey, bud, try the 1906," and then just kind of bailed. You know what I mean? I'm like, "All right, dude, I'll try it."
Yeah.
Really nice rate of fire on that weapon, and I've reached a point with like I wouldn't necessarily call it sniping. I'd call it like Moss 44. But slow and on steroids, because it's not necessarily a sniper rifle, even though it is a rifle.
2 shot at 100 meters or something like that. It's like
yeah. That's also a stink I want to eventually get off my body. Of like the hey, why don't you try bolt action, dude? And I'm like, I'm not that good, dude. I can't do bolt action. I'm not that good. But like, I'm starting to use ever since Mercury came out, I've been using the like recon and sniper rifles more.
And the Arasaka, you tried that one?
No, I haven't tried that yet.
Ooh, I think you might like it. I haven't tried
that one yet.
Oh, Cassie, you were talking about on Twitter recently that you were enjoying the new what's it, the carbine gun? I forget what's called.
The jungle carbine.
The jungle carbine, dude. I tried it too.
Dude.
Oh my god.
It is so spicy.
It is
zesty. I love it.
It's for all those who don't know, it's an unlock in the Tides of War. I don't remember what rank, but just keep playing, you'll eventually unlock it, and it's free. You know, you don't have to like buy anything. All this DLC stuff is free. There's no premium service for Battlefield. They got rid of that crap. But yeah, jungle carbine. I mean, Cassie, what is a 3-time scope or iron sight? 3-time? Okay, 3 times.
Okay. Yeah. I just like how it gives me that range and that punch as a medic. So I can still do my medic thing and be, reviving everybody I come across, which is my priority whenever I play this game, is just to be the best medic I can be. And if I kill some boys, I kill some boys. But it lets me kill some boys, and I enjoy that.
Imagine a medic being a medic. You know what I mean? Like, wow.
What other type of Cassie? What other type of guns would you want, or would you wish for in the medic class? Do you think what they have now, SMG and these carbines, are good enough, or are you wishing for something else here?
I think the jungle carbine's the best, like long range gun that we've been given.
Like you've been waiting for an offer like that.
Yes, this is the gun I've been waiting for.
Okay, so I was talking about like a class of weapons to be in medic. Do you think this is?
I don't know. I don't think they'll ever give us DMRs. I don't think that's a thing.
Like
but would you want it?
Yeah.
Would you want them though?
Like a Moss 44 for medics or something.
Like in BF1, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've picked up Vince's Moss before, and it's pretty tasty as a medic. So while I don't think we might get something like that, I would enjoy something like that, something a little bit more spammy.
Well, in Battlefield 1, if I'm not mistaken, we both used a lot of the time. We both used the auto-loading extended.
Yeah.
I think honestly that too lended its like. That's why I like the Moss so much, because it's like the Moss 44 is very similar in characteristic to the auto-loading extended. I used that like a shitload in Battlefield 1.
So this is like your roots, pretty much. I mean, you played Bad Company 2. Do you remember what your go-to was? Was it always like...
No.
You don't remember? Okay.
What's funny is I was going to log into some stats somewhere, and like I didn't have time, but I was going to find like what's my EA password from like 2008 or 10, whenever it came out, and like go back and find out. I do not remember. All I know is that since Bad Company 2, my priority has been destroying tanks. I just know that is a characteristic of my gameplay that is like carried over through every single battlefield to till today.
Absolutely. Same here. I hate driving tanks. I don't like the experience, but I love blowing them up.
Oh, yeah.
It was a huge thing for me in BF3 and BF4. So we're in the same boat here. I just like, okay, look, my job is to kill tanks. Yes, guitar, so slam tanks. And that's my job. And a lot of people, when they play Assault, they think, oh, my job is to kill you know, other
demolition
infantry.
Boy and girl, you know.
No, you have unique weapons to kill tanks. That's your number one priority, and a lot of people don't seem to understand that. And to answer your question, Elfer, no, I did not go to Stanford. I did work for Stanford, though. Just want to answer your question. Yeah,
the Tank Whisperer.
Ivy.
That's on my Twitter. The Tank Whisperer.
Okay, I think the biggest question I always want to ask you, I think you kind of blew it off many times. This is directed towards Vince here in particular. What the hell is up with you and the Panzerfaust? If you guys watch his clips, Janitor at Stanford, somebody ban Elfer out of here. No, okay, look.
It's like level with me, Vince. Level with me.
What is this fascination with the Panzerfaust? Do explain. I mean, directed towards infantry. That's an even more interesting question.
Yeah.
I guess you can ask why do birds fly? You know,
Jeez.
Why do birds fly?
Why ask why?
why do roosters cluck and cockadoodle do? No, it's like super. The answer is, it's what I've been given. It's like some people can clear rooms and have like perfect target priority. And you know.
I have a perfect example. I have a perfect example. Here, watch this clip here. I'm gonna play it right now.
Me.
Who the fuck did I? Who did I kill? Who did I kill there? Did you see that?
You're so surprised by this.
My line of sight. Well, I was aiming at the dude that was left alive. Don't even know who.
You know what's even funnier is that there's an enemy tank to the right of you, yet you wanted to slam or destroy an infantry soldier. I'm thinking, like, wait a second here. Vince is on a mission to do something nobody else can do in this world, is to kill infantry only with the Panzerfaust because you can, and you want to be the best. You want to be the best person to do so. It's like it's your moniker now, but it kind of seems like it's not. You just do it because it's fun, I guess. I guess
I do it because it's just it's like a sixth sense. That's literally.
That makes it very confusing for me.
I'm serious. You know, like the bars on the reticle for the Panzerfaust.
Yeah.
Like the bars.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I don't use those at all.
Nobody does.
I don't know what the hell they do. What did those bars do? The distance of 10 meters, it's this bar. 50 meters, I don't know.
Well, I have no idea. Speaking of like the iron sight of the Panzerfaust, in the, I think it was the Alpha or something, you were able to actually look through that and use that to your advantage. Oh. Do you remember that? Would you want that?
At this point, I don't know. I basically do it blindfolded, as is. So I don't know if any kind of aiming reticle or something would even make a difference.
Okay.
And again, this isn't to sound like full. It sounds like I'm full of myself, But like I said, like I can't do much of anything else except kill tanks. And like, you know, I can, you know, shoot some boys here and there and get some snipers with my moss, and I can do certain things and some cool plays, and that's nice. But like the one thing that I would say that's just like I don't know why I'm good at it is just sniping people with Panzerfaust. I don't know why. It's just a thing.
So it's been very intuitive.
It's a sixth sense, and it's always been like that, even on a console. And I was even in the beta. Remember how glad I was when I went to PC? I'm like, it's just like on console.
Yeah,
nothing's changed.
Vince, do you remember Bad Company 2, the Carl Gustav? You remember that? You don't remember? Okay, so I think I was kind of thinking in my head, man, maybe because you said you played Bad Company 2 in the beginning of the show here, and I'm like, oh my god. Did he play
if I'm not mistaken, it's been so long since like PS3 days. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Recon have the C4?
I believe so. I think
so. I played whichever class had C4, so I can run up on tanks. If someone can correct me if I'm wrong or confirm if I'm right, I don't remember much about it. But if I remember correctly, Recon had the C4, and I wanted to play whatever class had the C4.
Mm-hmm. No, it did. It did for Bad Company 2, right?
Yeah, for Bad Company 2.
Yeah, it did.
So
BF4 as well.
BF4 was it? Was it Recon?
BF4, which is kind of weird. I should know that, but I don't remember if.
Because you were playing Assault with me.
I think it was just Assault.
Recon for the C4.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think it might be true. Everything but BF1. Okay.
Yeah.
Everything but okay. Gotcha.
So basically, I don't know exactly what topic we're on right now, but that's what I played in Battlefield Bad Company 2 was mostly Recon, you know, whatever had the C4 so I can, you know, have fun with tanks.
Well, yeah, I was just bringing up the Carl Gustav because it was the most overpowered launcher Battlefield series has ever had. Oh. And I think you would have absolutely loved it because nobody used the Carl Gustav to shoot tanks. It was always to snipe people, and I thought that's where it originated from, dude. The Carl Gustav. Just look up like a video or something of Carl Gustav one day. It is. They had to patch it. They had to patch it like 4 times or something.
Oh my god!
It was so ridiculously overpowered. But yeah, I thought that's where the Panzerfaust fascination came from, but I get you now.
What's funny is like we're talking about like Battlefield Bad Company 2 and 3 and stuff like that. I flushed most of it because I didn't play video games for like 4 years. So like anything previous to when I started gaming again, like I kind of barely remember it. But I remember there was a moment in my life, the only moment since I was like I've always had a job, like pretty much as soon as I can get a job, I've had a job. But there was a moment of 6 months in my life that I was like, you know what? I live at home. I was young. I was like 19 or so, or 20 or so. I was still a young guy. I'm like, I live at home. I don't want to work for like a little while. I'm going to take like a little time off. You know, I worked at a restaurant before that. It sucked. Those Marie calendars sucked. So there was like a moment of like 6 months where I'm like, I'm gonna just chill at home and just BS for a little while because I haven't done that in years. So I remember mostly every day for all day, like all day playing Bad Company 2. And I remember it started with the beta. There was a beta on PS3. And I was like, oh, what's this game? Let me try this. Let me plug in my PS3 and play this battle game. And I was immediately like, oh man, this is sick. It was the beta. And then it went away for a couple weeks or a month or so. And it was released, like actually released. And I was like, when they took it away, it was like devastating. I was like, what happened to my Battlefield? The beta's over. And like, I was hooked. I was hooked from that moment
on. Now, Cassie, what the heck is your fascination with Medic? Why do you gotta keep Vincey Boy alive?
Okay, listen.
Because I got a clip
playing Battlefield
as well.
Go
ahead. Go ahead.
Explain
first.
When I started playing Battlefield, I didn't play first-person shooters. So I had no experience.
What did you play? Like, what did you play?
I played RPGs.
Like, name
like single player RPGs, like Elder Scrolls and Fallout, and like fucking Animal Crossing, you know, which I still love.
No.
But I didn't play that type of game. I didn't play competitive games. I didn't, you know, aim at shit.
You play games where you actually sweat while playing.
Yeah. No, games that like got my heart rate up like that. So in order to compensate for not being good at doing the shooting, I threw myself into being helpful to the team in other ways, like being a medic. So I'm like, if I can stick with the squad and the team and be a good medic and still help, even though my KD is shit, then I'm doing something and I don't feel as useless. And it's just like built on that. Now I get like that rush from being the best medic on the field.
Absolutely.
I get very like
I noticed
that way.
I noticed that when playing against you guys. I was like, if I kill Cassie, which is very rare by the way, she usually kills me more often. But if I see Cassie and I somehow kill her, I was like, I can't just let that go. Like, I have to throw fire on your body because I know someone's gonna come get you. Or if I kill Vince, you know, vice versa. I was like, you guys are always, you're not far behind at all, especially if you're playing the same room and whatnot. But here's a little clip of how much length you would go to you know, revive your partner. Here, check this out.
What?
I don't know if it's possible that you can get me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just see you trying.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yes. Hey. There it is.
There we go. Try hard medic life. Hell yeah.
Now that is some teamwork for sure. And then they keep going on. Slaying pretty much.
That was stanky.
So I see that time and time again from you guys, and that just makes the game better overall, is teamwork. And a lot of people seem to miss that. Even if it's just two of you working together in a squad, it really makes a difference. And when we play against you guys, usually we're not the top squad. We always see you guys there at the top squad playing with Dynamics or whoever. It's because of the team play, and a lot of newcomers to Battlefield, and there are a lot, don't realize that yet, especially with the Pacific.
Oh yeah, dude, the game is borderline like it's just frustrating without at least one partner.
Yes.
That's when someone tells me, dude, they're like, I'm thinking about getting Battlefield. I'm like, you got a buddy to play with? Because it's not like gonna be fun for you if you don't have a team. It's fun for me because I love it. But if you think you're gonna go in and just Rambo it, it's not that kind of game.
You need to rely on your squad.
You might run into that one blueberry that revives you constantly.
Yeah,
and that just like makes, oh my god. Yeah, that's when you do that, and then, oh my god, I'm having a better time because, oh no, I died. Oh, I'm back up. Yeah. Oh no, I'm dying. I'm back up again. And then you take the flag, right? And it's just like, oh my god, I just have a better experience all of a sudden.
And I think like part of this statement comes from the confidence knowing this is the Battlefield show. If it wasn't the Battlefield show, maybe I wouldn't say this, but like a lot of people who are like, dude, Battlefield sucks, and like I tried it, dude, like I didn't like it. It sucked. My first thought is like, you're probably just really bad at it and you don't understand it. It's not the game's fault. Just like, okay, me and Rainbow Six, I'm garbage at Rainbow Six, dude. I'm like the worst player on Rainbow Six ever to live. But here I'm not trashing Rainbow Six. I know it's my fault. It's my fault. I don't get it. I don't understand the meta. I don't know how it works. I don't know what keyboard shortcuts do what. Like, I don't get it. So that's why it's not fun for me. I'm not going to go slam it the next day and say this shit sucks. I'm not going to do it because it's not the game's fault. It's my fault. And I feel like more people, it's not a game you can easily just jump in and be like, this is fun. That's the problem, I think, with this particular installment of Battlefield. It relies much more heavily on play and squad play.
Absolutely. And it just it's the world, really. And I think that's what gives Battlefield life compared to other games that want to be like it. And if Battlefield strays away from that, they're swiftly criticized by taking that away. One of the biggest criticisms for Battlefield 5 is how they're promoting things that are not PTFOing, even though they keep saying and broadcasting, you should PTFO, you should PTFO, and like the community's like encouraging that, and then they release these assignments and these challenges that are complete opposite. I was like, some idiot at DICE over there doesn't understand the bread and butter of Battlefield. Like, get that guy out of here. Like, this is ridiculous.
It's like, lay on your stomach and shoot guys to unlock the gold. No, like, I don't want to do shit like that.
Stop encouraging that, especially with the whole Bipod Pro meta. I'm really thankful that they're finally addressing it so slightly with the whole prone nerf and everything that was recent in the patch. When you're bipod, oh Jesus,
having my friend around, so they can get the assignment.
And you get murdered. Then you get murdered, and like some of the vehicles didn't work. Like it only could be a specific one, like at the spawn.
Yes, and it's like stuff like that where it's like, so I feel like they've improved since then. That must have been like March or April or something like that. I think it was soon after I think Mercury came out. Is that Tides of War was introduced. It was December. Was it December? Damn.
I don't.
Yeah, Guitar Solo knows exactly what I'm
actually
about.
glad.
Panzerstorm. Yes, it was when Panzerstorm launched.
Yeah.
Yes, it was when Panzerstorm launched. Yes, yes. Awesome.
I'm glad I don't remember that shit. I want to forget it. But no,
Life
recently,
is less painful that way.
Yeah, recently when unlocking guns or unlocking a skin like those Tides of War challenges,
skin.
Yeah, who cares about? I don't know. Anyway, but those have been getting a lot easier. Just play.
Yeah, play the game and you get it. Hooray!
Kill people, revive people. You know, that's what I wanted to see early on. Not get 5 headshots in one life while prone.
Yeah.
Stop.
Absolutely. Stop doing that shit.
Stop it, because that's not encouraging a person who deserves a gold skin. You know, sure, it's a challenge, but it's like it's hurting your image.
Yeah, it's counter.
Really.
Oh, I don't have one. You know that, Julian?
You don't have a single full gold skin?
No.
I don't have many either. I think I only have like a handful. And you know the ones that I do have are the are like the LMGs where you have to do this nonsense. Just to get kills. Like I get those easier. Or the new AT rifles. You know, things like that.
90% of my problem is I refuse to back out of a match and change assignments. I'm not gonna do it. Fuck that. I'd rather just play the game. I'm not gonna back out of a server where I'm playing with my friends and having fun and be like, hold on, let me switch this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just sorry, DICE or whatever if that was your intention for me to want to back out of a match or back out in between matches and then rejoin and wait for the loading menu. I'm not doing it. Sorry, not gonna happen.
Yeah,
that's why I don't get assignments done, because I don't assign assignments.
Yeah, and that's another thing they need to address soon. I hope they can do it. Actually do it is have assignments in game. I think that was one of the biggest overlooks of all time. And it's like a huge criticism. So maybe the next Battlefield, if they're gonna have assignments, don't include non-PTFO garbage, and don't have it where you have to get out of a game to equip it and have more equipped, not just 4. Just have them like where they're all active. And if you get it, you get it, and it'll be more rewarding that, oh my God, I didn't know I was trying to do that, but I got rewarded for that. That's what this game is lacking is, if you want the reward system to be any good, I mean, that's a good start is to actually not do what you're doing now. And, things will get better overall.
Yeah. I think Oliver had a
Oliver had a quick question. I'd like to know, as a fellow musician, what is Vince's favorite band is or was when you have a chance?
Is or was that? That's like super like, since you're a gamer now, when you liked music, what was your favorite band when you liked music? Okay, there's not one, but I have a few that I can think off the top of my head that I really like. I like prog metal a lot, and I like a lot of like retro wave stuff too, and I like a lot of like stuff like AFI. So I love AFI practically my whole life. I've liked AFI, old punk rock AFI, and the more gothic, their middle kind of era with like Sing the Sorrow and December Underground, and then even like some of the most recent stuff is pretty good. I don't like it all that much, but it's growing on me a little more than I thought it would. And then I come from like a big like scene kind of era, so I like Thrice and
oh, nice.
Like Thrice is dope, and then I really like Finch. Dude, Finch is probably my top 3. Finch is probably one of my favorite bands. If I can get anyone to listen to anything, like especially if you're a musician, listen to Say Hello to Sunshine by Finch. It's an album called Say Hello to Sunshine, and the band is called Finch. It's extremely like underrated. They're one of the bands that have broken up a million times, and they're probably never coming back at this point. But I've seen them at every reunion, and they're one of the bands that I would say extremely underrated. People think that they're like kind of this pop, like kind of screamo band. That was like their first album they made, and they pioneered that with What It Is to Burn. That was like their first album they had, and like they brought all these acts that followed that kind of formula. But then they kind of got rid of that, and they shed that, and they became basically whatever that album Say Hello to Sunshine is genius. It's a genius album.
I'm writing all this down, by the way.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Say Hello to Sunshine by Finch is probably my favorite album of all time. It's just super cerebral. I mean, there's a lot of screaming in it, but it's not so much like I'm a tough guy screaming. It's more so like I am screaming my head off, and he's talented. Fun fact about Finch and the singer Nate Barkalow, he shared the stage with Linkin Park. Mike Shinoda brought him out on stage, and he sang the Shut Up portion of One Step Closer live with Linkin Park alongside Chester Bennington. They invited him on stage to do that, and there's a reason why. He's got a killer voice. So Finch, I like Periphery, North Lane, and then as far as like the electronic stuff, man, I like Depeche Mode. I like Betamax. Everyone loves Betamax. Gotta love Betamax. What's that? Oh, what's the band? It's got the Midnight. Midnight's fucking awesome. Gunship is dope. What about you, Cassie? Talking about music.
Oh, come on. I really like My Chemical Romance, and I may have cried little emo tears when I heard they got back together. And yeah, but I also really like 50s music, and like doo-wop and jazz. I'm into it.
Cool. All right, Oliver, thanks for the question. We're taking questions now. It's an hour after the start of the show, so if you guys got any questions for me or Vince, I know an hour just went talking Battlefield and music, and
I was scared that I'd freeze up.
Same.
And that hasn't happened.
There's so much more to talk about. I'm just gonna go into another topic here right away, and that is one of the biggest topics for the Battlefield community is these gosh dang limited time game modes. Do you agree with the limited time game modes, or they need to stop now? What do you think?
And I gotta be like honest here. I can't like just be like, oh, well, it was great. I didn't like most of them. No. Most of them that came out, I thought were just like, this is so dumb. But that's just I'm just not that kind of dude. I guess I didn't like Grind all that much, but I sucked really bad when Grind first came out. So maybe now it might be different. Like we've both gotten a lot better since those early PC days. So maybe Grind now would be fun. But Fortress, I was like, I don't know about that. And what up, Enders?
Hey, Enders.
And then and Rush, I feel like just the meta with these fucking proners, just like it just kind of kills that game mode for me. It seems a lot less methodical when there's a dude just like, I'm just gonna camp right here and just shred, and I'm the best. I don't know. I feel like they need to change some of that in order to make some of those other game modes bearable. Not a huge fan of the limited time game modes that have come out.
So
that's just how I feel.
So let's say in a month, which probably might be the time when the rental server program or community games is what they're rebranding as. Because you can't do private games anymore because freaking Bethesda ruined it. So you don't want private games being in your,
$100 a year. Sign me up, right? Sign me up. What's Todd Howard?
Imagine if they did that.
You're a genius.
But anyway, if you would have your own server, right? The graphic server, whatever you want to call it, what would be the game modes you're going to include?
I mean, definitely Conquest. Squad Conquest.
Underrated.
We have this kind of love for Squad Conquest. One, and there'll be a ton of people who would be like, "You guys are noobs." Sure, yeah, we kind of are. So get the, let's get this out of the open. Yeah, we're noobs. We're fuck it, whatever. But I feel like what up, Devil Rocks? I feel like Squad Conquest is like a true testament to like almost 1v1ing, because you're one against the other, sometimes 1-on-2 and sometimes 2-on-2. It's never like this thing. It's rarely the case where you're like up against somebody and there's a dude with a sniper rifle 10 miles away getting you. That's not usually the case with Squad Conquest.
You like the pace of it? Is that what you're getting at?
I like the skill versus skill, less bullshit aspect of it.
Less camping in that game mode too.
Yeah, less camping, less garbage. It's just wits against wits, and you have to use certain maneuvers, and you got to know the map, and of course that's exactly Deltara.
So
random shit like dying from a plane.
Let me stop you right there. Does this mean that maybe you would like to see the 5v5 competitive so are you guys sad that it didn't go through?
Yeah, I am. I was looking forward to it, and it's one of those things that Battlefield players, myself included, it's not a thing that we think about. We don't think about like a 5v5 game mode. We don't think about things like what's that garbage game mode that's all PvE?
Oh, combined arms.
We don't think about combined arms. Like, there's certain things that Battlefield players just don't think about. I think 5v5 is one of those things that Battlefield players typically just don't think about doing. But with the mechanics, for one, the gunplay, the graphics, and the immersion field, if you will, that all combined in a 5v5 that's not Rainbow Six really intrigues me.
I think it'd been really cool.
Do you think the time of when they were announced it back in BF1 times when they were doing incursions, and then did you expect and did you want 5v5 to come out right away? And I know that it came out. It was gonna come out soon rather than in the beginning. Is the timing way off for you, or you just don't care and you just wanted it, period?
I want it when it's polished, for one. If it's polished and gonna be good,
if it's ready,
I'm ready. If DICE is ready, I'm ready. One of the things though is I didn't stream all years ago. It's more of a more what's up, Fire? It's more of a more recent thing. So it's more of a more recent thing where we didn't stream years ago. We started in March, I think, of last year.
Yeah.
So the more recent thought of wait, so I can be competitive in Battlefield. That was very intriguing. More of a recent thing because of the stream mainly. I think it would make for some good TV, essentially. You know what I mean?
I can see where you're coming at. Even in Modern Warfare, you ever heard of the 2v2 that they have? I found that quite exciting for some reason.
Dude, that's
it was really fun. I don't know how that's a bad comparison with like a 5v5 game mode.
No, it's as close as we got though. It's as close as we got.
Do you think
you're right on that?
So in a couple of years from now, for Battlefield 6 or whatever they're gonna have, do you think that should be a staple, or are you getting a vibe that the Battlefield community just doesn't want it?
Well, here's the thing. Like Elper 028 says, Battlefield comp is literally non-existent. I feel like if we can get some sort of competitive mode, do I want it to be as popular as Overwatch and Fortnite? Like, maybe I don't know that answer. Okay. But I feel like we all want the best for Battlefield, of course. It's what we do every day. But like, I also feel like everyone here is big fish in little pond. Like, it's a nice pond for us.
Yeah.
That's the thing. If we're going up against like, fucking ninjas playing Battlefield, like, I don't know if that's going to be as fun. But if it were, if it were to grow, like Ender saying, it doesn't get to grow. If it was to grow, it just means it just means a solid future for Battlefield, which is a solid, not a solid future for me, but in a way, we're all part of that. We all love Battlefield. Battlefield Cup is cocked literally every single time. That's all what Ender said right there. But if we can get some sort of competitive mode in Battlefield, and we can like, I can toss in my Panzerfaust on my Moss 44, and Cassie can hop in with her, rezzing and her fucking Tommy gun and her jungle carbine and fuck some dudes up and have a way to showcase that.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would love a way to showcase that. Not that I'll ever be as big as, any streamer that had a poster over at TwitchCon. But like, to be able to say, like, I played against that person. I was in the same lobby as Ammunition. I was in the same lobby as Dr. Disrespect. We're up against each other. We don't get that privilege to be against these kind of people because there's no competitive modes for Battlefield.
I would love that just casually, if they would casually play this game, but they ruined the, they kind of blew it. They blew it. Straight up.
You blew it.
It would have been great seeing what we have built. It would have been a different streaming experience, I think, if this was a popular game. I don't think we would have met if this was a popular game.
Chances are, man.
I think so.
It becomes 1 in a million versus 1 in 20.
Yeah,
like literally, like literal 20 versus 1 in a million.
Yeah, I've met hundreds of Battlefield streamers. Like, we started this Discord too. I know you guys have a Discord as well, and we're all growing our little communities here, and they're getting quite big. Even when big streamers come in here, we are not like totally destroyed. Some of us have actually kind of grown, and now newcomers are coming in, seeing like people like Enders or like Boca Rosa, all these people we know, and you guys, they can see like a veteran's perspective of like, we do this every day, right? We're not just a variety streamer or whatnot. So we can Guitar Solo, of course, Hydro, like all these people we know, they're all streamers and they love Battlefield. So
and we've all been in pain together, which is a big thing. As much as it is, it's funny. Yeah, it totally is. But there's like this sense of like, I tweeted something the other day, like these people who are like, oh, I guess I'll re-upload I'll reinstall Battlefield. It's time to, I'm coming back. It's like, dude, we've been suffering, dude.
We've been here the whole time.
We've been suffering for a year with this game. And we just kept on it. We kept on it. It's all good. Let's just keep going. Fuck
all
it.
Of us, all of us. Shit. I swear to God, all of us.
We've all struggled.
We were all on the brink of, I need to throw this game in the trash can right now. Like, it got to a point,
It's understandable. I get it. Devil Rocks. I'm fucking with you, Devil Rocks. He's a cool dude. Everybody. I got to know Devil Rocks. But like, everyone fucking hated it at one point. We all did. One night, I remember I turned it off. I was like, I can't play this anymore. This is garbage. I did it, but we've all suffered, and I feel like, well. Yeah, I feel like that in a sense. We all Evolution's deleted it many times. we all suffered, and I feel like that like binds us in a weird, like really fucked up way. It binds us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we benefit from our smaller community too. Like just the fact that we have a community. It's a real community. It's small, it's tight knit, everybody knows each other. Everybody checks up on each other.
It's Bear Boy.
Nice. That part's real nice.
Hey, look at what DICE did with just the Iwo Jima map. It showed the public that, you know, we're DICE. We make a Battlefield game that used to be a one of a kind. This is what we can do. And this is like, dude, you dummies should have had this at the beginning, and we could have been all better for it. Yeah. But we have to live with what we got, right? And you know, there's a bright side to all this. Look at the little communities. There are now big communities now that we've gone to, and I got to know you guys. Got to hang out at TwitchCon, see Blink-182, and drink.
Like, we got to hang out with Mark Hoppus. Just kidding.
So maybe we should thank DICE for blowing it at the beginning. I don't know.
It's weird, yeah. See, like Devil Rock said, he took a 2-month break mainly due to Borderlands. See, I would have maybe got Borderlands, but I still need to buy another hard drive. I have enough room for Battlefield on my computer. That's all I have right now. I need to buy another drive, which I don't know why I don't. I'd have room for no other games.
You bought one, then you ended up putting it in the new PC.
I put it in the streaming PC, which doesn't even need it right now, but.
People talking about the beach landings and whatnot, like, would you want to see a D-Day? Because I mean, if they got this experience, that's what I'm trying to emphasize here. Sure, beach landings suck. Like people say, yeah, it's crap. There's not a lot of cover. People are just camping in the water, trying to snipe people like 5,000 miles away. You know, it's just when you get that right group of people you're playing with, and you actually experience getting to the top of the mountain. It's something I haven't really experienced since like Bad Company 2 Rush, like or even Battlefield 3 Rush, you know, from like Davaman Peak. That was an experience we haven't had
dude.
In a long time. Why don't they
do something like that? Just give us a little cliff to jump off. Just do it.
Cool things like the beach landing we haven't seen in a long time for Battlefield. I mean, probably the closest thing you could get to is something like from Battlefield 1, we had that it was a beach like invasion. You know what I'm saying? Do you remember what that was? It was kind of like I forget the name is. Heligoland. That's an it was a terrible map.
Heligoland Bite.
It was a terrible map, yes, but there was an experience there with Tuggy McTuggerson that I found. But no, they could have done way better than just that. That's like a weird circular beach. It's odd.
Could I mention the idea that I had for a reimagined Siege of Shanghai? So because like there's people that haven't maybe heard it. I know they're gonna shit on my idea, but I just want to like.
That's why you're on the show. We want your ideas.
You're on the show so people can shit on you. Trust me, kid.
People need somebody to laugh at, you know.
So yeah, you know, might as well be me. So I had an idea of like how most people consider the war starting in 1939 when the Germans invaded Poland, but there was a war that happened in 1937, which is when the Japanese invaded Shanghai, and it was the Battle of Shanghai. And it is shitting before you start, right, Double Rocks? I was wondering if it's like, oh, what if DICE did their reimagination? Go ahead and do it. Do it to Siege of Shanghai. Yeah. Reimagine Siege of Shanghai, Japan invading Shanghai. You'd have to introduce China as a faction that you can use. Sure, let's get China there.
It's not too late to introduce this. I mean, we're right here in the Pacific Ocean, man. Like that could be an interesting map for sure.
No,
I think it's a great idea.
There's so many new mechanics. Well, a lot. There's a lot of new mechanics in the new Pacific expansion. There's like katanas and shit. And like, why couldn't we reimagine Levolution like we had in Battlefield 4? A big building dropping and this and that. And like, there's your 4 points around Objective C, and the Objective C falls, and it's like we're in Shanghai again, but it's World War II, and there's Japan and there's China. I love the Siege of Shanghai. Yeah. I thought that was one of the most badass.
That was my first ever Battlefield map.
Fun. Yeah. Just fun. You can parachute off the skyscraper and go to any objective practically. You can do all kinds of stuff. And if we can reimagine Siege of Shanghai and call it Battle of Shanghai, like, I am down.
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm super stoked on that idea. DICE.
They're doing that already with Metro. I mean, people love that stuff, and I think reimagining. I mean, they got the reimagining of Wake Island. I mean, did you guys ever play Wake Island?
I have not.
Yeah.
No.
I vaguely remember there was an iteration in 3, right?
Yes, in 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the one I remember.
What do you think of that map? Do you love that map?
It was good then. Now if we can introduce the like, I'm a graphics whore. Like to the core. I love my graphics. And Battlefield scratches that itch for something that looks pretty damn good. It looks great. And if we can have Wake Island look great, like it looked awesome in Battlefield 3, but if we can have it in Battlefield 5 and just a little bit more of that immersion, a little bit more of that realism, like, I'm excited.
Yeah, there was at the end of like the Pacific trailer. It's like near the end. Let me see if I can show you guys.
RTX on.
So this is the only snippet like we have of Wake Island here. What's interesting that I've noticed, like comparing it to other games, this map, though it seems like a little smaller in scale, is more true to the era. Even like the landing strip, as you can see, is going to my left, but in other iterations, a lot of them, even BF2 and all that, the landing strip was in the back going to the right. That was like a big thing, but you know, everything comes to the nose right here.
So they're focusing on keeping it. Yeah, they're keeping it a little bit more authentic.
Yeah, it's more authentic from what I can tell. If it has a good flow, I think people will like it. But in other Battlefield iterations, this map requires a lot of vehicles and fast transports. They will have to add not only like the stuff we have now in the Pacific, like those tanks, the LVT tanks, or those landing boats. They're gonna need more of that to make this work. Because what people do, like from what I remember, is, you know, people start at the left side. If you can see the screen here, people start here. This is where they invade. It is a conquest assault map. One of the biggest problems is if you have slow vehicles and just shitty transports and no helicopters or anything to see, because we're in World War II right now. I'm telling you, in the early iterations, there were tanks. I remember the enemy has every flag, okay, and tanks spawn here at these main locations. If your tanks aren't there, like those LVTs and whatnot, quickly, you will struggle to get around. And if they have those, like, you just need fast transporters, is what I'm trying to explain. Pretty much. And
to break that offensive, pretty more defensive rather.
Right. We had the little speed boats that would go around. I remember in BF2, you can easily get around this specific island here to the north and capture that flag, because you need to capture those immediately. Otherwise, you're just gonna get stuck. Thank God there's not a whole lot of jets, but in World War II. But it was what made this map incredible was the transports and the vehicle spawns. People memorize them. It was a huge thing, and if we lose that, it might be another Hamada. It might be another just large scale map with not a lot of transports. They really need to make that a focus for Wake Island. So we'll see how it goes. It's coming out next month, I think.
December, I think, right?
December, yeah. Oh, which is next month. Oh my god.
We're now in November. Yeah.
And we'll have the rental server program around that time. The community servers. My God.
Stank in his voice. The community servers.
Oh, man. We'll talk more about that in upcoming Battlefield shows. It's gonna be a huge thing. Will it keep it alive? Will it deter people to stop coming to Battlefield? Will there be badmins? You know, will there be just terrible rules, or you can't join these? Like, there's so many things that could go wrong. I am super nervous about the RSP program coming up. It is just, it's either going to be absolute crap and bare bones, and it's like, why even bother? But you know, I'm hopeful. You know, they gave us a good little a news clipping of it, like pretty much an article of it, and it looked pretty promising. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the RSP is gonna do for this game, but it should have been at launch. You know what I'm saying? It should have been.
And I'm ready to see all the hardcore boomers.
Hardcore boomers, yes. I mean, but that's Battlefield. It's been like that since BF. Well, since the beginning, really. I mean, Battlefield was a boomer game. Let's just be honest. Like, every single person I knew playing Battlefield 2 was an old man, you know? But when the kids started seeing Battlefield and, like, the amount of violence and the guns and the teamwork, oh my God. Like, the millennials or the baby boomers, we took over. The boomers are no longer, I mean, they're the minority now, which is kind of weird for Battlefield. But dude, I mean, I grew up playing with boomers. You know what I'm saying? So you bring back the old school Battlefield, dude. You bring back hardcore. It's just better for everything. So
I
think it's good. Yeah.
What would hardcore be like in Battlefield 5? What are we talking, like one-shot kills now? Is that what we're talking?
Like, yeah, pretty much. I mean,
bring back TTK.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I have a few questions here. What is up with what do you think about the cosmetics in the game?
Okay, so interestingly enough, I remember when it was announced, and I was like, I don't give a fuck about some helmet or some little panties I can wear in the game. Like, I don't care about that. That's not what I play Battlefield because I like to punk people and play Battlefield. No,
you're a battle boy.
The second we started messing with them, I was like, oh my God, look at these pants. It's so cool.
Monica needs these.
Oh, my girl Monica. We have our characters, our favorite characters in Battlefield.
Yeah.
And so admittedly, it started with like, I don't give a shit. Dude, it sucks. I don't want cosmetics.
I'm gonna shoot some people.
It's just a way that they're gonna milk money from people, and then a year later, I'm like, "Oh, where's my credit card at? Where's my credit card at? How do I drop more for this hat? I need this hat." And meanwhile, in real life, my shoes are falling apart, but I'm spending $20 on some pants in Battlefield.
Our first experience with all this customization came with Battlefield 1. And we're like, oh God. Oh, well, it wasn't, well, for Battlefield, yes, Battlefield 1. There's a new direction for EA, though I didn't
like the skins.
I was very against it. Because
admittedly in 1, I didn't care in 1. In 1, we got the battle packs and the little like and you get your little crowbar and rip it open. I had like hundreds of battle packs and I don't care. Dude.
Never open.
But I'm like you guys. I ended up thinking, well, I want to open these. I want all the skins. You know, I'm a collector at heart. And you know, Battlefield, the old Battlefields, you wanted to collect literally everything you possibly could when unlocking a new gun or an attachment for like BF4. oh, I gotta have every fucking attachment. And then now they're kind of just prying on microtransactions, and oh no, God, now I gotta collect them all, right? It's like Pokemon cards, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a victim, Julian. Is what really is going on here.
We're all victims.
They're preying on me. They're preying on me because they know I want those cool pants and the cool jacket. Yeah. They know I want it. I'm a victim.
You know what's so funny is Vince loves the cosmetics like more than I do. Like I love a good cosmetic.
When a new cosmetic pack comes out, I grab my wallet.
Yeah, he loves them. And I'm all about character customization.
And EA loves you guys. They're watching right now and they're like, yes.
Oh, Mario.
Feels so good. Go ahead.
Cassie can spot me from across the map.
Yeah. Even if I don't know it's Vince, like if we're sometimes in a different squad, I know it's Vince. Even if he's a blueberry, because his look is so iconic for his character.
Iconic Monica.
What do you think about? What do you guys think about the Boyns? Do you think you have to purchase it with real money?
I don't really play other games, so it's like, for me personally, if I'm putting like 10 or 15 or 20 bucks in, I'm like, I play this game, so let me drop some money on it. But I know that's like, you're not supposed to do that. That's evil. That's evil. But they're preying on me, Julian.
Ender's always he always gives me the stink eye every time I buy the elite skins. He's like, stop giving them money, you idiot. They're just gonna keep releasing shit games, and see, look, he's doing it right now.
Stop giving EA money.
You know, it's true. I agree, man, but I can't help myself. Like it's just like, you know, you can really put that argument for anything that went viral, or like Pokemon cards. I brought that up already. or Hearthstone. You know, I want to just put in hundreds of fucking dollars all the time so I can get everything. So it's just
like the thing. The thing is, I like so little in the world. There's so little things that I like on this earth. I like Battlefield. I used to like Star Wars until The Last Jedi happened, which let's not get into The Last Jedi.
Let's not get into
We'll be here forever.
This is not the Star Wars show.
I used to love Star Wars. I've got my tickets for Rise of Skywalker. I got my tickets for the new one coming out already. I'm going opening night, as I do for every Star Wars. Every single Star Wars, I go opening night, we go. But yeah. Okay. There's so little in the world that I'm like gung-ho about. I don't like anything. So when I do like something, I'm into it. I like it. I like my pants. I like my hats. I like my boots. Let me have this shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I got my ticket. I got my ticket too.
I'm gonna start crying over my alcohol right now.
Just crying into the margarita glass.
Let me just like get my tear. Oh,
okay. I'm just changing subjects, right? Also, people, thank you for people. Chat, thank you for joining. You people, yeah. Chat, thanks for coming on in here. I'm high on Bang energy. God damn it. Okay.
Oh my god.
But yeah, thanks for all the raids recently. Baranox for the raid. Chicken earlier on. Thanks for all the hosts and whatnot. We're joined here with Vince and Cat. There's another one from Guitars with Vince and Cassie as graphic. They stream on Twitch almost nightly, yeah?
Yeah, every night around 11 p.m. I was gonna say Pacific Standard Time.
Specific time.
11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, typically. Sometimes in the morning around 10 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time as well. But typically,
our focuses are at night.
11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, get a shout out. Yeah, click on that link. Go follow them. They're a great duo, a very rare duo streamer here on Battlefield, and they're just a pleasure to watch. One of my favorite streamers for sure. And don't forget to follow them on Twitter as well. Anyway,
I'm using the Twitter machine more.
Yes, the Twitter.
It's Vince's graphic and Cassie's graphic on Twitter.
Let's move on to a really big question here that's on a lot of people's minds. Are you pro Fliegerfaust?
I was gonna make a sign that said we stand with the Fliegerfaust. Okay, truthfully, I haven't used it since the day it's come out. I used it that one day. And then I reverted back to my Panzerfausting fucking people in the face of my Panzerfaust ways. I feel like that happened a lot. I feel like a lot of people have kind of just, all right, that was fun. We had our revenge, and now let's get back to, let's get back to infantry. Yeah. We're back to shooting infantry now. We're not all looking up at the sky with our Panzerfaust anymore. I feel like it was really fun that first day. But yeah, I haven't used it. I haven't used it since that first day, and you better believe I used it mostly on infantry when that day dropped.
I have I have a clip of you doing such a thing here. Here, check this out. It's on Twitter, but I mean it's still funny as hell. Here, check this out. Can you guys kind of see this? Here. There you go. I mean, I know we cut off your heads a little bit there, but I've done that once, and it's very hard to do something like that. But
that was actually my second shot on that guy.
Oh man!
Yeah, I gotta find the whole clip. I hit him from afar with the Fliegerfaust, and then he went into that room. That's how I knew he was there. I went around. Then he came out and tried to stab me, dude. If you watch the clip, he tried to stab me with a knife, and then he's gone. Oh, really? He's like, there's a blast, and then he's gone. He doesn't exist. But if you watch it, you see him trying. There he goes.
He was trying to go. Yeah, you were prone there too. Yeah, he was trying. But God, damn! I mean, he took every rocket into his face, pretty much.
His being.
Yeah. But do you think it should get nerfed or leave it as is?
No, okay, like, is it fun the way it is? Sure. But even tanks need 2 Panzerfaust hits and like 2 dynamite, and sometimes even a last ditch effort. You got to throw that anti-tank grenade. Yeah. Sometimes you got to throw all that at a tank, and that requires skill. You have to know, stay alive that long. You have to stay alive. You have to know how tanks, the characteristics. How they move. You got to potentially even know who's driving it and how they're going to react. You got to know if they're on first-person view. You got to know if they're in third-person view. There's things that you got to do when you're killing a tank. But if you're just shooting up and firing one off and barely hitting it and taking it out, that needs to be nerfed. That's not something that can just be okay. Now, if you got
necessarily a one-shot kill though, like I honestly am not very good at that.
At times when I killed planes, it was like probably the second or third shot.
Right. But like I hit more planes without taking them out than I actually killed planes. Unfortunately,
gotcha. Chat. Maybe the chat might know. I think you can one-shot if you hit every single. If it's close enough, but you hit every single rocket. I think it does one-shot. But
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I hit for 90 a whole lot.
You can't. 90 is max. What?
90 is max.
So back to like my conclusion, like my personal conclusion over this is if you got like a squad that's trying to really take a plane out,
yeah,
I feel like you should be able to. But if it's just one dude that's like Rambo and
well, that's the whole thing with the Panzerfaust. The same deal, right? You can't do it by yourself. I mean, it's very hard to.
You need to have tactics in order to take it out with the Panzerfaust. Mm-hmm. It's not just let me aim and shoot once and it's done.
Yeah, because they have the insta repair. And so you gotta do more. You know, you gotta hit at a certain angle. You'll get the glancing blows, that people just love in this game, right?
Glancing blows.
Like, don't get me wrong, dude. The first day, I felt like, we got down, fucking going off on these planes, and it was fun,
which is hilarious.
But by the next day, I feel like it lost its luster. I think in the next day, but I think it deserves a nerf to where it requires more than 1 or 2 people. Maybe it requires a squad to take out a plane, or 3 people to shoot at it, or like I feel like it should, because it's it's a vehicle. Although aerial, I feel like it should take a little bit more to take one out. Than it does right now. I would say so. I'm only saying that because I know there's some pilots in here.
Oh man, I know they still come back though. They're still playing it out and murdering even with non-nerfed Flieger Faust. The pilots can still murder, so it's just trying to get away from them. Not dive bomb so close to the ground every once in a while, because someone will get mad and they will pull it out. Look how
pissed Enders is, dude. Look how pissed. Just kidding, Enders.
But yeah, I mean, we talked to many guests on this program, and a lot of them who are pilots, they have a voice. Get me voice chat.
Oh my God.
You had your show, Enders. Episode 1. We're talking to Vince and Cassie here. Okay, anyway.
Enders, the second.
Okay, listen, guys.
Look, Enders, it needs a nerf. I will say that.
Yes, we all agree with this.
Yeah, it needs a nerf. It absolutely does. It's too easy. It's fun, but it's too easy.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, one of the last topics I have here. I know we're coming up on 2 hours here. How do you want Battlefield 5 to end? Two-parter here, and then for Battlefield 6, what's like the first thing you think of for Battlefield 6 in terms of like style, or should you go back in time? Should you go in the future? Should it be modern?
Back in time.
What do you want? How do you want Battlefield 5 to end?
I want Battlefield 5 to end how people regard Battlefield 4. Like, I don't know, just from what I understand, Battlefield 4 was a dumpster fire on release. And now it's people have such nostalgia for that game. People love that game. People defend that game. People say, wish this was more like Battlefield 4. I just want Battlefield 5 to have that opportunity to make the comeback that Battlefield 4 did.
What do you think?
And
Vince?
however they get there,
Yeah.
I feel like I would love for it to be like in held high. Of course I would, but I feel like so much damage was done before the release of this game. Even before the game was released, there was so much damage.
Yeah.
I would love for it to be considered super good, but I guess that'll be by the Battlefield community. I don't think that we're gonna gain other like people. I don't think it's gonna be a thing where like people who didn't play Battlefield 5 are gonna be like, oh, you ever hear of Battlefield 5? Let's start playing it. I don't think that's gonna happen. No matter what they do. Hopefully it brings people in and all that. But I feel like what's going to really happen is that we're going to bring in ex-Battlefield players.
Yeah, regain the Battlefield community.
Yeah, it's going to have
doing that already.
Yeah. I would like to see the Battlefield community come back. That would be probably my what I'd want for the conclusion. As far as like in the game, I don't know, but as far as what I want for like from the community and which like pertains to the game, like that whole ecosystem, I would want I'd want the community to come back and say that, wow, this is a great game now, because I play this game and I want it to be awesome.
Right.
I'll play it honestly at this point. I can just say straight up, I'll play it even if it's garbage, because here I am. We're still doing it. We're still playing it. We've stuck with it through thick and thin, and now that it's becoming something pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely improved.
Yeah,
it's improved a shit ton.
It's improving in front of our eyes. Right in front of us.
The audio, just very recently, the audio is amazing now.
Yeah.
So they got to keep up this standard that they set with the Pacific, and they need to make it better if Vince's wish is to come true, pretty much, to bring the community back. They're going to have to go above and beyond the Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? That was terrible.
If you know what I mean.
I'm sorry. That was bad.
If you catch my drift, if you're picking up what I'm throwing down.
The Pacific is not good enough. All right? The crap you did to us for a whole year is you can't do this anymore. Stop. Okay, look, I know it was I'm pretty certain it wasn't their fault, right? They ran out of time. They didn't give a whole lot of time to actually develop this game fully, right? And now we're hearing from the EA CEO, oh, we're giving you guys more time, essentially, all right, to make a new Battlefield game, and you know, with new features and new ways to play, right? So
it's gonna be aliens and shit.
There cannot be any more of these excuses, pretty much, or we're sorry, you know, oh, we're delaying this, we're delaying that. Like, it can't happen again if you want the Battlefield community to grow and get stronger. The Pacific is not good enough. Sure, pat yourself on the back for doing a good job releasing 2 maps. Wow, whoop-de-doo, right? You gotta do better.
Like that allure is gonna just fade. It's, you know,
it's gonna
fade real quick. Yeah, by next week.
Yeah,
by next week, if not already.
Yeah, they need this. This Tides of War progression is the thing that's gonna hold them in, which is great because you got 2 new pistols that people are gonna try, and it's really hard to like rank up to those. So there is they got some time to hook people up, but it will die off. So Wake Island better be fucking good. So the map after that, hopefully it's Vince's reimagined Siege of Shanghai. I swear, dude, people would come back to that.
Dude, I'd be stoked as balls, man.
They would if they bring back a Levolution type map. I mean, they're kind of doing it already. They're bringing some BF1 features back.
And a little bit in Underground. Remember?
Yeah,
Underground's got like a little water that could rises, and they're swimming and shit.
Yeah.
Can I? It's a little late, but can I curse on this?
Yeah, sure.
It's way too late to now ask.
But anyway, so should it be modern? The next Battlefield game.
So I'll start our response, or my response, by saying it seems like everything in 2018 and 2019, hopefully not 2020, is to subvert expectations.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they're not like, oh yeah, you're ready for Modern Warfare, but guess what? We're going to Civil War. Yeah. You thought. I hope that just seems to be the trend with everything, is like, you wanted this, guess what? Games. You're not fucking getting it. You're getting something totally different you never asked for.
Yeah.
I hope they don't do that.
I hope they don't. I'm glad he said that.
Yeah.
I hope they don't do that. They just give us what we want. Stop trying to change the, you know, we're gonna make waves with this idea. It's crazy. No, just do something that works.
Pull Battlefield 1 again.
Just let's make my guns not shoot where I fucking aim at, you know.
What do you think,
Muskets.
Cassie?
I think if they're smart, they'll do Bad Company 3. Because that's what people want. That's all people talk about.
Bad Company 3?
Yeah, I would say not Future. I think Future can get a little goofy.
What about like wall jumping and stuff?
What about a Battlefield?
I stutter about the little goofy?
What about a Battlefield 4 near future for Bad Company?
Wasn't Bad Company? No. Was it slightly in the future? Or was like, which one was slightly in the future? Was 4 slightly in the future?
4 was slightly in the future at the time.
2142. Damn it, Evolution.
I love that game.
I feel like if they go the further forward they go, the goofier it's gonna get.
So we don't want wall running and wall jumping.
No.
Okay, we don't want that.
I don't know. I even feel like invisibility cloaking can like a little goofy.
No invisibility cloaking now. All right, no invisibility.
Like, could you imagine how like tilted people would be with that?
No destiny mechanics then. No destiny mechanics.
No.
Crystal, we want speed hacks.
Speed hacks.
Oh
my god, hi Crystal.
I would say that I am on the camp with Cassie that if they released Bad Company 3, honestly though, I feel like it's like, we know what you're doing if you release Bad Company 3. Like you're trying to get us back, but I appreciate that.
Yeah,
like,
that's what people want.
Do the thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like don't gotcha, it's muskets and General Custer. Like don't do that.
No.
Give us Bad Company 3. I'm down.
Bad Company 3.
I'm down with it.
Modern, slight future.
Here's another thing to ponder about. Map design. I know I don't want to get too much into it, but just generalistically, do you want more Hamadas, or do you want more Caesar Shanghais, or do you want more Metro Undergrounds?
I don't want more Metro. I don't want more of that choke point bullshit. I don't want that.
Okay.
And people are gonna. I know I'm gonna make people upset. I'm gonna make so many people upset. I'm sorry. I've had like 2 drinks. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wild lit.
I don't want
microtransactions.
Yeah, I want microtransactions, better shoes. I want to have shoes as its own
like clothing.
Yeah,
like,
I want shoes. Potentially different colored shoelaces. No, I don't want more choke points and like the belts. Is there you go.
3-lane. You don't want 3-lane kind of stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I don't want that. I don't want where you're just like, we're gonna smoke here and lay on my belly and shoot this. No, I'm not gonna. I don't want that. I want more.
Get so bored in Metro. So fast.
Yeah, I get really bored in Metro. Or Underground.
Underground.
Yeah. Admittedly, sorry everybody. When I play Underground, unless like we're like getting to objective C and we're outside and we're like,
Yeah, it gets really fun then. But if you get stuck at that one, either A side or C side of the Underground, and then you're there for the rest of the round.
Yeah, it's just boring. I'll quit out. I'll just quit out. Yeah. So I don't want that. I don't want that. What I would like is what I really want is I want to parachute off something very high.
I swear, dude. I feel like everyone does. I loved it. What you're talking about is city maps with very large skyscrapers, though it could be a problem if if it's not too high and you can actually, it's like a Call of Duty map where people are just camping up there. Battlefield has never really gotten that kind of issue. I mean, it's just the scale is much bigger,
I want to jump out of a plane or helicopter without the goofy animation that throws me into whatever direction I don't even know I'm facing.
Yeah.
I want to just you're looking,
and now you're out of the plane and also still looking,
and you jump out, and you know where you're going.
It's called
jump out of a plane, stupid.
And it's garbage.
So yeah, that's what I'd want. I want to jump off of a skyscraper and go to objective D, or get killed on the way there by a sniper, spawn on my buddy in a skyscraper and jump off and go to objective A and try that route. I want to be able to go to different objectives from one central point, kind of like I want to play Siege of Shanghai, I guess. That's what I want to play. But I want more opportunities like that where I can just like go places on the map, jump off of somewhere, and just find creative ways to play. That are fun, and you can just like parachute, shoot people while you're parachuting, just things like moments like that. That's what I love about Battlefield.
The key word is creativity.
Yes.
A lot of these maps in BF5 lack creativity. It's just a map for just the sake of being a map. Like it's talked about Panzerstorm is just empty. A farmland. Wow, so creative, right?
Sometimes you hear chickens.
I like that part.
There you go. That's the most creative thing right there. It's just, you got Hamada, like probably the most creative part of a Hamada, they don't actually focus on. And I think the best part of Hamada is in the back where all the ruins are, where there's, you know, There's
like the Squad Conquest map.
Dude, the Squad Conquest map and Hamada. Dang, dude.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Really fun in Squad Conquest. The best parts of Hamada are in that map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody come find us in Squad Conquest. Fucking dare you. I'm just kidding.
No,
you'll win. You'll win. I'm not challenging anybody.
Don't bully me, please.
But no, Squad Conquest and Hamada is really fun.
Yeah.
We're like the only people are like, we like Squad Conquest.
Hi.
I'll trade you my snack pack for your banana.
I'll share half my juice box.
Hey, you guys are the majority according to DICE. They made that permanent. They made that a permanent game mode.
Which I love. Oh my god,
because of your feedback, Vince and Cassie.
So happy
forget what chat's saying. It's just DICE is listening to you. So there you go, and I respect that. I respect that. I enjoyed some Squad Conquest for what it was. I mean, it's too bad like most of the servers aren't like lit, like they were before. But,
yeah, that's the hard part. Is like during a certain time of the day when we're playing, because we get out work really late. By the time we're ready to play, it's done.
It's dying off.
It's done.
Yeah,
and you know what Squad Conquest is like? It's like high school. You see the same players.
Oh, that's true.
Like all night.
Yeah,
all night. You get fucking not anymore, but you just be like fucking.
It's like few people. It's
the same people.
Yeah, like Chris.
Yeah.
We see him like every time we play Squad Conquest. He's like, hey, yeah. People that like this game are here now.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, Chris always joins us.
Yeah, Crispy. Yeah.
Yeah. He wants that. He wants that nostalgia back for competitiveness. So, like,
he's a really fun boy to play with.
Because they got rid of domination, and that was like one of the most competitive things in BF1. It was one of the most competitive things in BF5. I guess it just got too sweaty for the I don't know, and they just got rid of it because it wasn't popular enough. So I don't know. I think creativity is something they need to focus on. It's something like your ideas from Battlefield 4, from BF1, like they got some great creative stuff in there. Maybe it didn't work at the time, it may work now. Now they're kind of mixing all the battlefields together with these new maps, and I think that's what they need to focus on, especially with all these amazing game modes like Rush and Frontlines. They had something good in the past. Bad Company 2 was known not for Conquest, it was known for Rush.
Yeah.
Right? And BF3 brought that back with Rush, Yeah. And BF4 brought the Conquest back. There's interesting shit going on Conquest all the time. There's dams exploding. There's buildings falling.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of
flood zone and all that.
Yeah, they really brought Conquest back. Now with BF5, they're like, oh, let's bring it all back at once and just throw it in and see what happens. Like, no, you gotta plan this stuff out. You gotta make all these maps a good strong point. Like Iwo Jima, really focuses on breakthrough. That's what makes it cool. Not Conquest. I love it. Right?
I feel like it's almost a different game when I'm playing Iwo Jima. It feels it feels great. It feels great. I will say though that Pacific Storm, I'm a little I get a little bored on sometimes.
Yeah, it's a big map.
I did play it on Conquest. We both played it
better on Conquest.
I liked it better on Conquest as well.
Yeah, more of a open.
They're all trying to get me more to drink more.
All right, guys. Well, we reached the 2-hour mark. Should we end it here? Or are you guys interested in watching some clips from the community?
Dude, I'm down, dude.
Yeah.
You're down?
Just chilling.
I love it when you do that at the end of your streams. Like, I think it's great. I think it'd be really cool if we could.
Okay, cool. Let's set that up real quick here. Got the buttons ready. Okay, so this is it. Did it switch scenes for you guys on your end? I think it should have.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Excellent. So this is our Discord, the Stream Lounge Discord. And we have a whole bunch of streamers on the right side where you guys can click and go view their channels. It's like a community Discord, and a lot of people post their highlights from whatever game they're playing. We don't have any prejudice against it. It doesn't have to be Battlefield only clips or get the hell out of here. No, it's not like that. It's whatever you guys are streaming, whatever your best or your favorite streamer, whatever their highlights, you can share that here with the community. And our community is quite big now. It's over like 500 some people. We got like 40 streamers online like right now. And a lot of people post, and there's a crap ton. There's 50 new clips that were just posted in the past like 2 days. So there's always a lot of content on here for you guys to watch. You can always come back and view older clips. Also, we have a pinned clip section. Just click the pinned messages, and there's some of the most rarest, ridiculous stuff you've ever seen in your life. So get on there. I think there's some vintage graphics on there as well, some old school ones. Like Vince is doing something ridiculous. I think I went through all the clips you guys had. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're gonna start here with Foonski. Some of this. Foonski is a really good player, as you guys might know. So check this out. See what he's up to here. Foonski playing Call of Duty 2v2.
Nice.
Oh,
you got it. Get back on.
Oh,
that jump shot though.
Yeah.
Let's see this again. Oh. God, Foonski, you're a monster.
Shit.
So that's the 2v2 game in the new Modern Warfare, which I highly recommend. It's actually really fun to play.